We're getting a new deck set that has a metal lock chip, an evolution to Wolf, as well as probably the coolest design we've seen from Beyblade X yet, with an Orochi-themed snake Beyblade. Before we get into it, I do want to mention that this video is going to look a little bit different, and that's because I'm actually in Tokyo, Japan right now. I was here to celebrate the World Championships and to get the new bays, and there's also new Beyblade news to talk about, and it's midnight. I want to go to bed. But the Beyblade news never stops, and let's just go and dive straight into the new announcement, and that is a brand new deck set, and this is for EmperorMight. We're still a little bit confused on what this bay is or how it's going to appear in the anime. As of right now, it seems like each member of Persona is going to be using a piece of EmperorMight, except, maybe not the metal lock chip. There is a metal lock chip, by the way. The price on Valkyrie is about to plummet. But the Beyblade news is looking pretty interesting, so hit that like button and subscribe to join the Nook Nation. And if any of you guys want to pre-order the upcoming EmperorMight set, or Wolf we're talking about in this video, go and check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. They're going to have these bays up for pre-order, and if you want to build up your Beyblade collections, they have a bunch of other X releases, so go and check them out, link in the description down below, and use code ILLINOOK to get 5% off. But now let's just go ahead and talk about this CX11 EmperorMight deck set. I do want to say the box design here actually does look pretty good. I like the gold, it's pretty regal, and I guess it fits into the Emperor aesthetic of the bay. I really just don't know how to feel about the Might blade here. It is a pretty interesting tan and also a painted, black metal coat, so it is a very unique looking design, but it just looks like a waffle, okay? I just cannot look at this bay and not see a popular breakfast food. At the time of this video, we don't really have any amazing pictures of the rest of the parts, but for the assist blade, it is called H or Heavy. And the reason why it's called that is because it actually has metal built into the assist blade itself. The weight power creep is really starting to set in. This could definitely be pretty interesting though, because one of the biggest problems with CX is the fact that it's very top heavy. It's really easy for bays to kind of tip over, lose their balance, and lose their stamina. So if heavy can kind of bring the center of gravity down, it could make CX more competitive, because at the World Championships, the only CX bay that I saw was blast combos. So they have to do something. And for the bit, we have a ratchet bit hybrid, just like we had with Turbo on Pegasus Blast. And this one is called Operate. And all the Beyblade Burst fans in there, all of the Phoenix fans out there, are definitely going to remember that name. This one doesn't quite work the same. From what I see, it kind of is like an extend from Achilles on Beyblade Burst. Maybe sort of a final survive-ish, but it's more like extend. And is this piece going to be competitive? Not necessarily. I mean, Turbo isn't, its stamina's bad, and it's also pretty burst prone, but it is an interesting gimmick. It's fun to have new and exciting pieces. Not everything needs to be super competitive for it to be worth it, so I'm definitely interested in this. There is a leaked video out there that you probably may have seen on Twitter. I'm not going to show it here because it's a pretty major leak, but if you like Turbo, you're going to like Operate, I guess. We do need to talk about this metal lock chip. There's a little bit of controversy out there on if it's different than the one from Valkyrie. Mainly if it just has a little bit less metal, like maybe Takara Tomy is trying to nerf the cheaper release so that way people still want to buy Valkyrie, because if this metal lock chip is the exact same, I don't think anybody's going to buy Valkyrie anymore. I mean, the Volt blade it's okay. It's nothing amazing. None of the rest of the parts are anything special, and the metal lock chip isn't as useful as people were hoping. but it's still unique. It was the only way to get it in that Valkyrie set, which is really expensive. So the fact that they're including it here with EmperorMight this early after Valkyrie, it's only been a few months. I just don't see the value on Valkyrie staying in the hundreds of dollars for that long. But that is EmperorMight. Let's now talk about the other two bays in this set, and they're pretty cool. There's a pretty interesting color scheme here. Let's just talk about the jolly green giant in the room, okay? We have a green metal coat version of Golem Rock, or Rock Golem, whatever. And this is obviously inspired off the Incredible Hulk. I mean, come on. It has a purple ratchet, a white bit, all like Hulk-colored green blade. I feel like they knew what they were doing, especially when a big joke in the community about the original release of Golem was the fact that it was kind of like the Thing, because it was orange. And now we have the Hulk. It's pretty cool, Takara Tomy. Let's keep doing stuff like this. And now we have the third and final bay in the set, and it is the Takara Tomy version of Shark Gill, or Gill Shark. And of course, a much more subdued color scheme. The original Hasbro one was pretty colorful, and this one just kind of looks like a random booster filler. You know, kind of like those BX bays that if you see it in your random booster opening, you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. But, you know, it's Gill. It's Gill Shark, Shark Gill. And of course, you know, Takara Tomy is serving a completely different market, and they don't have Shark Gill over here, so the fact that they're able to get this release is pretty cool. But that is the EmperorMight deck set. Overall, definitely quite a few interesting parts. A new version of the metal lock chip, the waffle blade, the metal-infused heavy assist blade, as well as Operate, which seems like it's kind of like extend from Beyblade Burst a little bit. But now let's move on to a release that might be even more hype to many of you out there, and that is a brand new version of Wolf. Whether you see it as a variant or an evolution, CX Wolf is here. This is CX10 WolfHunt, and it's going to be on 060, and surprisingly enough, this is the first time we've had a 060. We got 080, 070, 060 is finally here. And for some reason, it's gonna be on the disc ball bit. Kind of a weird choice. I don't really understand that, but for all the weird combo makers out there, there you go. But Wolf is definitely interesting. Whenever pictures of this leaked at first, I was kind of thinking it was fan-made. It has just a fan-made, a fan-modeled look to it. It's definitely a lot more aggressive in shape than Silver Wolf was, and Silver Wolf was a very competitively viable bay. Even to this day, it's very defensive-oriented, even though it is a stamina type. And this one's just a little bit more square. It's interesting. I do really like this Wolf chip though, okay? I like the greenish blue color. I like the pose of the wolf on the front. It's a little bit more interesting than the front-facing, you know, Silver Wolf that we had before. I'm still not the biggest fan of Silver Wolf's motif, but this one, I think, is a nice improvement. And you also still have the Bakuten Shoot logo right in the ear as well. So despite being in Season 3 and about to be Year 3 of Beyblade X, we're still getting Bakuten Shoot remakes or homages, so I assume we're gonna see even more of them, and we're gonna see more MFB, more Burst, and I just hope we get enough individual, like, unique Beyblade X designs. I don't want everything to be a remake. Something else that's pretty interesting about WolfHunt is the fact that its assist blade is actually free spinning. Kind of just emulates the gimmick of, you know, Silver Wolf from a little while ago. They basically do the same thing, but I guess you can put this assist blade on other releases. Maybe EmperorMight. Maybe it could have some attack usage. Probably not. And the final bits of Beyblade X news we'll talk about here is a brand new reveal of an upcoming Bey that is an Orochi, or a snake theme. This one is still a little ways away from releasing, I think, maybe a few months, although we did just get a better picture in Koro Koro. Anyways, this is a really sick, kind of like Longinus shaped design. It looks pretty extreme. It's very oblong, and I assume it's going to hit really hard, just like Shark, or maybe even a harder version of Hover Wyvern. Just look at the snake detailing here. It looks really cool. And of course, UX just stays on top, okay? Can we really say, or can anyone really say that UX isn't the best line of Beyblade X at this point? But that is going to wrap up the Beyblade news. Definitely kind of weird. I don't really make news videos like this, but I am in a hotel in Tokyo, and it's now pushing 1 a.m. and I'm really tired. So thank you guys for just sitting here listening to me yap about pictures of Beyblades. Pretty cool. But I'll be back to my standard form of videos soon, and in the meantime, let me know which of these Beyblade announcements was your favorite. For me, I think the one that I'm looking forward to the most just has to be the Orochi themed Bey. It just looks really cool, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, and Bey away.